Live from the manual control bunker, grab a bag of peanuts and a cold glass of prune juice. Pull up a stool and prepare yourself for
Dextra's Daily News.
a solid 2-hour-long log of hot, steaming gameplay from my favorite employer.
Manus Dextra.
Greetings, mercenaries, mechwarriors, and the merely curious. Manus Dextra here with another episode of my complete walkthrough for Mechwarrior 5. So in the last episode, now time-stamped for your efficient viewing pleasure, we finished the main Rise of Rasalhague campaign with a series of drops in Gunzburg and Radstadt. It was pretty tough going, but we managed to pull off a victory in the end. And after cashing in all our loot and doing refits, we're ready to get back to work. So in this episode, we're going to start off with a bit of charity work. So if you're watching this in the future, you can check the description for timestamps to points of interest. But for now, you'll just have to saddle up, buttercups, as we get going. Alright, so hey to everyone in the chat. Hope you had a good weekend and hope the week is starting out pretty well for you. And we're going to jump right into it with a level 13 high reward quest line called Charity Case. I don't know anything at all about this, so I'll be going into this completely blind. Alright. So, InterSystems Advocacy is a non-governmental charity organization. We are human rights advocates who work all across the inner sphere, and with the war-torn worlds we sometimes are called to aid, we need to contract with mercenaries for that work. A humanitarian aid mission we sent into a drought and famine-stricken Kurita world near the periphery has gone missing. Despite the aid crew being quite sizable, consisting of 12 volunteers, nurses, and doctors, their jump ship disappeared and is long overdue from reporting in. We've received 2 reports of pirate activity near known bandit strongholds in the region where the vessel vanished. And while these may be false positives, they're the only clues we can pass on to you. So we would like to contract you to raid these pirate bases. Our salvage crews will be able to analyze any data you uncover, which will help determine what happened to our missing volunteers. Alright, sounds like fun. Alright, so it says a combat drop into the desert to destroy the bandits' comms towers as a distraction. While the bandits scramble to restore communications, one of our salvage teams will piggyback into their systems and dig for clues that may help pinpoint the aid workers' whereabouts. 400-ton raid mission. This ought to be kind of interesting. So, since this is a raid, I don't really plan on making a lot of salvage here, so I think we're going to go for sea bills.
We're reading heavy weather warnings out there, Commander. Expect limited visibility and sensor malfunctions on this mission.
Man, 320, so it's 400-ton limit. We're only 320 tons. So I think I want to drop, even though this is a raid, I think I'm going to drop with the Archer. It's relatively fast, and it's got probably the most firepower of any single mech I have, so we're going to go with that. But, yeah, we're going to go, we can go with some heavier choices down here, because we got the, where's that thing hiding at? Oh, there it is. There's our Maurader II. Unfortunately, we've had to downgrade the Maurader II to just large lasers, but I'm going to see how it'll work as fire support. And we can also see the debut of Heavy D. Our Gauss rifle Atlas is finally done. So yeah, I think this is how we're gonna drop. Yeah, we made quite a haul. We made quite a haul from that last campaign, man. That after I liquidated all of our all that excess equipment I had, yeah, we got quite a few C-bills, but yeah, I think we're going to drop like this. I got my 3 heavy hitters and my hardest hitter. I'll be in the hardest hitter, and I think this is about the best we can do. So I might as well quit messing around and get this party started.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We need to zero in on the location of the aid workers. And to do that, Inter-System Advocacy has to intercept the bandits' comm systems. We'll create a distraction by taking down their relays, and while the bandits are disorganized, we can analyze their communications.
I was stuck in the dropship for a minute there. Alright. Oh, crap. Show map. Show map. 4 sites. Close map. Close map. Arm lock. Arm lock. Lance on my tango.
That target is ours.
Oh shit. Got an assault mech down there too.
Meat inbound.
Yep. I might as well get in there.
Target acquired.
Took a nasty hit there.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
All right.
Enemy mech eliminated.
New target Hunchback. Target acquired.
Tango
Some of these guys thinned out.
Destroyed.
Let's take that tank apart.
Destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
Target acquired.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Lance on my tango.
Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target is done.
And I hate hunchbacks when they don't belong to me.
Objective down.
Alright. Surprisingly, everybody looks like they're still holding up pretty well.
They got rid of my
Destroyed.
leg. Target eliminated.
Target acquired. New target, Shadowhawk.
Ah! Damn it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Threat eliminated.
Target destroyed. New target, Vindicator.
Lance on my tango.
Targeting info updated.
That makes a junk pile now.
Enemy destroyed.
Target down.
Deep critical.
Enemy ship landing at your location.
Ah, shit.
Target destroyed.
Target is down.
Target acquired.
Lance, form on me.
Copy that. Follow the commander. Skull unit taking heavy damage.
Target destroyed.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here now. Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Target
Ah, one down.
My target eliminated.
Alright, we gotta quit messing around here. What am I doing, man? Yeah, I guess I just wanted the Marauder to get lost
Ready to start
again,
pickup
because...
operation.
Wow. Get out of here before we lose it.
Moved.
Good work. It sounds like Intersystem Advocacy has managed to crack the bandits' communication network. Let's hope that they've found what they're looking for.
new target, Atlas.
Shit. I don't know about the Marauder, guys. Got shot up pretty bad. Let's see what it did before it... I'm glad I don't have any more pulse lasers to feed it. Alright. No. Marauder didn't do all that much damage and lost an arm with a with another pulse laser on it, I might add. The Atlas did pretty well though. All right, well. Look at the Marauder last. Wow. Check it out, man. That is terrible. But I guess I got to do something with all those parts, huh? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because yeah, I don't care. We'll go ahead and let it cook. Yeah, I was hoping the Marauder would work. That's why I put it in that last slot. I thought it might work out as fire support, but I don't know. All right, let's see where that next drop is at. I think... yeah, that's our next drop. You know what? We're going to stop and look at this black market on the way, but yeah, I may have to take a look at the way I have armor distributed on some of the on some of my assault mechs, because it may be a little bit thin in the back for an assault mech, but yeah, we'll take a look at that once it's done. All right, go ahead and check out all right, nothing really good in the black market here. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the mech market. All right. Yeah, when it may need a bit more. It may need a bit more armor in the back or something. It could be getting flanked and getting shot in the back. I'll have to look at the. I'll look at the way I've got armor distributed, because I did up the armor a little bit on the Atlas. And yeah, it might need its rear armor to be a little bit thicker if it's getting flanked or hit in the back by, tanks and stuff. All right. Oh, heck. Probably help if we traveled to the proper system. Yeah, you can see on the Atlas. So on the Atlas, I did knock the rear armor up to like 18, which I think ought to be sufficient. But I guess what I ought to do is, when I'm repairing the Atlas and when I'm repairing the Marauder from now on, I'll have to check and see if it looks like it's a rear armor failure. But most likely it is. I mean, if it's getting the entire torso shot off, most likely it is due to the rear armor. So, yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. In 120 days, when that's done being refit. All right, right now we're going to go ahead and That's the contract we were looking for. Okay, so this is still 400-ton limit. So demolish the bandits' command center in this region. Not only will that curtail their ability to prey on those who cannot defend themselves, we should be able to search the rubble and find some solid leads about our volunteers. All right. Probably not going to be able to avoid fighting here, so I'm going to go ahead and crank up the salvage shares. Yeah, we could wait 120 days for that, but I don't think we're going to. I think... So I can either entrust the Battle Master, probably, I think we'll do that instead. Except, yeah, I think we'll drop like this. This looks like probably about the best we've got to go with if we don't want to wait for the Marauder, and we don't. Yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty hard quest line.
Attention. Prepare for battle.
That last one was like was over 90. It was not like a 94, 95.
Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
The bandits have a command center up ahead. Head out and destroy the base. Doing
Show
so
map.
should hopefully expose some sign of the
Close
missing
map.
volunteers.
Yeah, one reason I keep dropping with this Archer is because I know this is about the most reliable and versatile mech that I've got. And not knowing how bad these drops are likely to be, I figure the Archer is the safest bet. Is the safest bet to be able to get them done. Arm lock.
Tango down.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Package acquired.
Target acquired.
Target is down.
Lance, on my Tango.
Target destroyed.
Scrap that one.
New target trebuchet.
Lance, on my Tango.
Coordinates Coordinate fire on the commander's target. My target eliminated.
Target destroyed.
The only one, Archer.
Target neutralized.
Target acquired.
Holy crap, man.
New target, Centurion.
Lance on my tango.
Negative, Commander. I can't attack that.
Almost like you planned that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Target acquired. Heat critical. System offline.
Threat eliminated.
New
Lance on my
target
tango.
captured. Heat critical.
Shut target. Here we go.
System offline.
The
Target
reactor on my kill is about to go crit.
All right.
Target eliminated.
Boom. Target mech destroyed.
Scratch that target off the list. Enemy transport touching down.
Splash target.
Lance, form on me.
Pulling in behind you.
And everybody looks pretty good.
target acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
It's like they dropped some heavy mechs behind us, but we got a head start on them. Yes, Ace, I totally agree. Headshots rock when you can make them. Man, I can't believe we got away with this drop as well as we did.
Looks like the base has been functionally crippled, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of the volunteers. Odd.
All right. $40 for a Banshee. That's a melee Banshee too. Let's see what else we got down here. Not much. Oh. Yeah, where was my... Take that machine gun and we'll take that. Yeah, I guess we'll just take parts. Yep, I think it'll do. Yep. I like the Atlas. We'll have to look and see. All right, so let's take a look at the Atlas. Yeah, it looks like it took it lost most of its armor in the front that time, but yeah, I don't think 18 is too much. See about Alright, let's go ahead and get part 2 of this. Okay, so these bandits did not capture our aid workers. Intercepted comms messages relayed through the outlaws' bases reveal that local civilians captured our team because they discovered the planet's secret. After the fall of the Star League and the start of the First Succession War, all the warring great houses embraced total warfare. The continuous usage of nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons of mass destruction cleansed countless cities and killed untold millions. Entire worlds were rendered uninhabitable. Not until the end of the Second Succession War and moving into the Third Succession War was the conflict stretched into centuries. As the conflict stretched into centuries, did all the great houses agree that such unfettered use of WMDs would leave conquerors nothing but dead planets to rule. Unfortunately, the civilians on these worlds discovered a cache of chemical weapons and are threatening to use them against their rulers unless all punitive measures are lifted on the planet's populace. Our aid workers have been caught in the civilians' desperation. Although we sympathize with the hardships these people are forced to suffer, we cannot allow our volunteers to die, and we, of course, cannot allow these chemical weapons to be used. Stop these people before the horrors of the early succession wars are revisited on these worlds. All right. So, we can. All right. Yep, that's the contract. All right, so we got all of our work orders in, and we're ready to go. Yeah, actually, guys, those other mechs I've dropped with all those with those builds before, and those are usually good productive builds. The main reason I can think of that they're not putting out damage is maybe between me and the Atlas, they just weren't getting a chance to shoot at much of anything. Because I don't think either one of those runs, either of those mechs runs too hot. But yeah, we'll take a look at them after this drop and see how they do. So we finally pieced together what happened to our volunteers. Destroy the ancient ruins housing the chemical weapons to bury them for the foreseeable future under countless tons of rock and metal. With the WMDs out of the picture, we can convince the locals to release our people from custody. All right. Yeah. Looks like I bet we're going to end up having to do a lot of fighting here. So I'm going to go ahead and load up on Salvage and take a couple of points in damage coverage. But yeah, I could tell you the Banshee and the Stalker, I've dropped with both of these in those configurations before, and they're usually really productive mechs. So the main thing The only thing I can think of is it's just that between the Archer and the Atlas, we were taking most of the big targets out before those guys could get to anything. But we'll see how they do on this drop, because
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
So apparently the local populace have been hoarding ancient Star League era chemical weapons.
Show map.
I guess the missing aid
Close
volunteers
map.
stumbled across the weapons and were taken hostage. The only hope to recover the volunteers is if we destroy the cache of chemical weapons. Doing so should hopefully put us in a strong position to negotiate the release of the hostages.
I'm locked.
Here they come! Take these bastards down and let them rot in their metal boxes! Skull unit receiving heavy fire!
Target destroyed.
CT's gonna blow! I'm out!
Show map. Close map. Yeah, I gotta say, I think the AI really likes the Atlas. And I know it does a much better job with that Gauss rifle than I could ever do, so... So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. If only it could walk a little faster.
Hostile spotted. Engaging.
Alright, buddies. Alright, shooting buddies, it's time to shoot.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Unidentified mech. You are in a restricted area.
Target
Leave
destroyed.
now, or you will be fired upon. HQ is taking heavy fire.
New
We need
target
assistance.
Vindicator. Target acquired.
Lance, on my tango.
We've lost the
Incoming
fuel
missile.
tank.
Target identified. Bring it down. Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
Almost like you planned that shot. Nice.
Acquired. Target destroyed. Heat critical. Target
My
acquired.
target eliminated.
Destroyed.
Tango down.
Heat critical. Target destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
Mercenary, stop! I beg you! That was a civilian building!
Yep. Now it's civilian rubble.
Sorry, Commander. I'm showing major damage to the target facility.
They're going after the HQ! They took out a fuel tank!
The area is down to half capacity. Keep going.
They are helping with the demolition a little bit. This is where I missed those machine guns and flamers for sure.
Our payday is nearly here, Commander. Just keep smashing.
Splash target.
Target acquired.
This ought to be worth something. Yeah, shit.
Shots have been destroyed.
Target is down.
Oh man. Yeah, this is not good. Supposed to be done by now.
New target Banshee.
Lance on my tango.
Lance target engaged.
Heat critical.
The bastards are tearing me apart.
Yeah.
Offline. Target acquired.
Boom! Target mech destroyed.
Heat critical.
Target eliminated.
1%. You gotta be joking. Alright. Man, the Atlas is in trouble. I will be very sad if I lose that Gauss rifle. Alright, come on, Rihanna. We gotta go now.
The base is utterly destroyed.
Yeah,
And any
let's
of the
go.
ancient weapons of mass destruction are buried under layers of dirt and steel. This should be enough leverage for us. Hopefully, it's enough to secure the safe release of the hostages.
Oh, you're killing me with those speeches, Rihanna. Man. All right. Yeah, what the hell? We'll take the... Pretty sure that's... Whatever it is, we'll take that Banshee. Oh, we got one more. So we'll take that too. Man, I hope we're okay, because boy, it would... Ah, shit, man. Bet we're not. I know we will all lose sleep for months to come because of the many civilians who lost their lives, but we upheld the greater good this day. We have successfully secured the chemical weapons cache and will be working with the proper authorities in an effort to safely dispose of them. Among the chemical weapons, we also found a number of mech-grade weapons in various states of repair. We have no need for them, so you are free to take them off our hands. Yeah. It's pretty nice. I'm just, guys, I'm really scared to look at the Atlas if, looks like the Gauss rifle's okay. I was gonna say, I'd have been crying if we'd lost this Gauss rifle. But, yep, that's alright. We could take that. You know what? Cancel that since we're at the end of this quest line. Might as well go check out an industrial hub, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think we definitely want to go back down here. This is where we're going to get the best terms. Hang on a second, though. Let's see. And we'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go down here and get patched up first, and then we'll check out that next mission. Uh-oh. Take that for the hell of it. Wonder... It's not an upgrade for the, no. don't know why I was thinking that was different. I don't think the masks, I don't think they have like tiers or anything like that. I think that mask Mark III is just the size. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's check out this Banshee before we do anything else here. Oh, man. And it's got a supercharger. All right, let's just go ahead and... I don't know what the hell did I do that for, but do this. Maxed armor, repair all. Whoops. All right, so yeah, I think so. The way these work, you guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, is so if you have a slot like this, you can fit either a mask or a supercharger, provided you've got the right size. In this case, it's a class 4 slot. Is that about right? Because, yeah, it's, speed boost. Yeah, because this may be my new assault raider, I guess. Oh, wow, John. Yeah, John, man, this was the best stream I've ever had, man. I'm sorry you missed it, buddy. I was just getting wrapped up, so... Now, actually, we've done a couple of drops, and we got a pretty interesting mech on the last one here, and we're just trying to figure out how to get it set up. But, yeah, I think I'm going to stuff this full of double heat sinks first. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 medium energy slots. Yeah, I'm really tempted. I'm tempted to stuff this thing full of pulse lasers, but yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Go ahead and take a little weight off the legs here. So that half ton's not really going to help a lot, is it? Yeah, we don't have enough room to fit pulses on this thing, so we're just going to go with good old medium lasers. Because see, even that... All right. We got 1.5 tons. What are we going to do with 1.5 tons? We're definitely not going to put a large laser in there. So... I thought I had some medium melee weapons. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, what am I going to do with this last slot, though? Do I just put another... Really don't have room to do anything, but put another... Guess I'll just put another one of them in there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shave out some tonnage and put another heat sink in. All right. We'll see what that does. That is not the most firepower in the world, but 2.1 cooling. All right. Yep. I think we're going to try it like this. Damn, 107 days. And I guess we might as well go ahead and go for some upgrades here. Let's see. do that. Yeah, you know, I could. Let's see, are we gonna... No, let's see. You know what? I think I'm gonna try that and see how cool this thing runs. Yeah, you know... Yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna try this. Yeah, we'll come back. I'll come back and redo it whenever I get those, cause let's see. You know, I feel like I ought to just go around and escort the Atlas D, just let it do whatever it wants, and just keep all little tanks and flyers and pests off of it. Well, it just walks around and kills everything. Yeah, I should really put another one of these mechs into cold storage, but, man, I don't have the heart. Oh, wait a minute. Before we leave here, I don't think I looked at, I don't think I checked these. That's the rare equipment. We don't need that. Double check the mech market. All right, let's go see what this hero mech is. Yeah, Tenno, you're right. I've been thinking about retiring the Shadowhawk or the Rifleman for a long time, but the problem is we've still got a lot of lower level missions to do, and I'm going to need some of those. So I think we're going to keep them out for a little while. A Jaeger mech. Oh, 5 double heat sinks. Medium pulse lasers. Yeah, we got the money. I don't think we're going to use it, but so 65 tons. Now, see, now we were talking about retiring the rifleman. Now, see, I might retire the rifleman to keep this out. Yeah. Thunderbolt, huh? Got 2 missile slots and 4 lasers. Yeah, you know, I'll say I have not had a lot of direct experience fielding Thunderbolts in either this game or Battletech. And I mean, on paper, they look like they do look like they are probably pretty good mechs, but I just don't know, man. I don't know what I'd get rid of to make room for that. Like I said, I think I probably will go ahead and retire the rifleman and keep this guy out, at least for a little while, because they definitely... Let's see if we go ahead and strip this mech. Yeah. Max armor. Man, that's a lot of free tonnage. Right. Well, that is some puny firepower statistics there for this hero. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna do, let's see what happens. You know what? We got a bunch of double heat sinks. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, you know what? I don't think we're gonna do that. All right, so if we do that, all right, so we just go with double heat or single heat sinks here. Sacrifice one of those AC2s. What kind of cooling can we put in this thing? Yeah, that's probably... You know, they really need to put a heat load gauge on here. They really need to have... a way to tally up the heat load of each weapon you're fitting so that you can compare it to your heat sinks. Yeah, it was probably... We'll probably be coming back to that. That's probably going to overheat, but... I guess we'll find out in 52 days. Anyway... Got any more business down here? I guess we might as well go down here and look at these. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. All right, let's quit messing around and let's get some work done here. Let's go up here. Defense and demolition. Recommended reputation level 13. This should be challenging. Let's go ahead and see what these are about. Yeah, no kidding. It like I was saying the other day, this must be the TARDIS variant of the Leopard dropship, John. Because yeah, in lore you shouldn't be able to stuff more than 6 mechs in one of these, but I just can't let them go, man. Just can't bear to part with any of them. See, strength of tradition. That was the one. Yep. All right. So, greetings from the Lagrum Gumi. You may be surprised to hear from a Yakuza organization from Rasalhague planets, but I assure you we can be found on nearly every system in the Draconis Combine that the Draconis Combine once controlled. Now, before you rashly reject our offer, pay no heed to those who would paint us as criminals. Regardless of our organization's dealings, all Yakuza Gumi share a deep cultural tradition. Our ultimate loyalty lies with our local community. When calamity strikes, we are foremost among those who provide aid and disaster relief to the people we and our leadership have sworn to protect. Perhaps knowing our true aims will help you decide to work with us. Our listeners in the nearby system have heard rumors of impending pirate attacks near the periphery. We have attempted to pass these rumors off to official military channels so that something can be done to forestall them, but this region of space goes largely ignored in favor of hotter conflict regions. In the interest of preventing disaster before it can strike our community, the Oyabon of the Lagum Gumi seeks to hire you to defend the planets under our protection. Sure thing, man. All right. Yeah, that's only a 90 difficulty. Alright, the Werewolf Legion is gearing up for a raid in this system. The band's usual modus operandi is to put the civil population centers to the torch so that the rest of their force can hit their actual targets while locals are addressing the disaster. Stand in the Legion's way and prevent them from needlessly killing innocent civilians. Alright. All right. I don't know, man. This 350-ton Lance has been working out pretty well, and yeah, our other Banshee's going to be out for quite a while, so yep, I think we're just going to go ahead and drop like this. Yeah, this is a defense mission.
We need to move fast, Commander. The pirate band, known as the Werewolf Legion, are bearing down on a nearby settlement. The residents have gone into lockdown, but tens of thousands of innocent lives are still on the line. It's up to you to protect them. Looks like we made it here just in time, Commander.
Show map.
Now fan out and take defensive positions. Prepare for incoming hostiles.
New target, Panther. Target acquired.
We just had a perimeter alarm go off. They are getting close to our facility.
Lance on my tango.
Splash target.
Copy on shared target.
Hostiles inbound. Brace for contact, Commander.
I just keep getting better at this.
New target, Blackjack.
Lance on my tango.
Targeting info updated.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Boom.
destroyed. Target acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
New target, Dragon.
Lance on my tango.
Commander's target! Now!
Additional tangos en route to your position, Commander.
Yeah, we got a helicopter over here, don't we?
Target acquired.
Lance on my tango.
Lance attack confirmed.
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
Lance on my tango.
Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
Lance on my tango. And here comes a dropship.
Took up that mixed component.
Add one to my score.
Dispatch our crisis teams to the business district. They just destroyed an office tower.
Target
It might have been me.
Squad taking heavy damage.
Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
This location wasn't built to withstand military-grade weapon fire. We need to pull them away from the buildings.
New target, Griffin. Incoming missile.
Enemy net destroyed.
Deep critical. Target destroyed. System offline. Incoming missile.
Oh yeah, with my back taking missile fire, just what I needed.
New target, awesome.
Lance on my tango.
We'll go. Focusing fire.
Lance on my Tango.
We have your target, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Target is done.
All right, we got left up here.
Target acquired.
Lance on my Tango.
Gotcha. Let's do this.
More hostiles entering the combat zone's perimeter. Brace for additional contacts.
5 more.
New target, Stalker.
Lance on my Tango.
Target received. Engaging.
Taking that mech apart was easy as that.
Yeah, I gotta quit messing around here. To see if they'd take... Nah, they didn't take the Stalker out. Lance on my Tango.
Target acquired.
Pow! One down.
New target, Dervish. Target destroyed.
Alright, man.
Target acquired.
Lance on my Tango. Thank you. Ah.
I'm detecting no more Werewolf Legion troops. It seems as though casualties sustained were kept to a minimum.
Woohoo! Yeah, I need one of those. I'll put the rest on a Broyhill dinette set. Sure we don't have any. Let's see, 1,200. Atlas did a little over 800. I think that's pretty respectable. Yeah, Tenno, I took that Atlas that was supposed to be a generalist medium-range brawler and turned it into a legend by putting a Gauss rifle on it. No sooner do I get it, then it's gone. All right. Might as well go ahead and get these guys ready for the next drop. Yeah, there it is. And we had another drop on this mission. Check out equipment and everything while we're here before we drop. The Breeding Warriors are a gang of pirates more interested in outright theft than murder. They have zero compunction about causing death and destruction during their thievery attempts, so they are still dangerous. We believe the best method to prevent catastrophe is to find their base of operations and crush them before they can mount another strike on a defenseless populace. All right. Yep. Why argue with success? I'm going to go ahead and drop just like this again. Yeah, you know, Tenno, the Dervish is another mech that I just don't have a lot of first-hand experience with. I mean, I've killed a lot of them. I know they can definitely spit out a lot of missiles, but yeah, most of the missile mechs that I've used are archers, Kentaros, stalkers, trebuchets, catapults, but not the Dervish.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We're going on the offensive today, boss. The Breeding Warriors have been terrorizing this region for years now, and it's up to us to finally put a stop to them. I've marked their stronghold on your battle grid. Go forth and raze it to the ground.
Show map. Close map. Close map. Alright. set the cruise control on 48 so I don't outrun my help.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Arm lock.
Spotted.
Target assassin.
Lance on my Tango.
Shared targets engaged.
Hostile blew off part of a mech.
Target mech destroyed.
Alright.
New target, Spider.
Spider snuck up on us.
Add 1 to my score.
Well, that was an interesting little diversion. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, as much as I've played these games, Tenno, there are still tons of mechs that I have just never had the opportunity to outfit and, you know, try to play with, so... I think that's one of the things that, you know, leaves a lot of replay value in this game is, especially if you're, you know, you play in career mode and you start off in different regions of the galaxy, you'll definitely have different mechs to play with.
Turn back now or you will be engaged by defensive forces. They're going after our office buildings now? What the hell?
Incoming missile.
Lance, I'm a Tango.
Target shared, engaging.
There it is. I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander. Clear the command skill. It's about to explode.
Hostile spotted. Engaging.
Incoming missile. Target acquired.
Lance, I'm a Tango.
Shared target. Here we go.
Target destroyed.
Ejected!
Heat critical.
Lance, I'm a Tango.
Let's burn it down.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ah, shit.
Scrap that one.
They're operating at reduced efficiency. Keep on smashing.
Bring up one of our business centers.
to half capacity. Keep going.
Target eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Our payday is nearly here, Commander. Just keep smashing.
Yeah, Rihanna, that's what you say every night in my dreams. Keep smashing. Damn it. Last 10% is tough. Yeah, I have to go back and kill some more mechs. Alright.
Arcade tower destroyed. Where am I gonna park my car?
Huh.
All right, I think that's enough destruction for one day. You've dealt a catastrophic blow to the
Oh, I don't know why that guy cried about his parking garage getting destroyed. Oh, that's pretty amusing. Oh, where am I gonna park my car? Man. I think I need to... No, I don't need... That's not the spider variant I need, damn it. Alright, we'll take that. Ah, look at the Atlas. Is that crazy or what? Wow. Yep. Put a Gauss rifle in the Atlas and turned it into a legend. That's awesome right there, man. You can't argue with that. Never let it be said that your command lacks honor, Commander. You have done our people and the Logam Gumi a valuable service. If you do not wish to risk your reputation by admitting having openly worked with Yakuza, then list Middleway Limited on your resume. Anyone searching for that organization will reach us and will gladly extol your virtues. Go with peace and honor. May we cross paths again if the universe wills it. Guess it's better than a poke in the eye. Mythical. Yep. Mythical Mercenaries. Alright. Well. Yeah, nobody got shot up too bad. I lost a lot of front armor as usual, but it's just because I'm awesome. Well, let's see. We'll check out this black market while we're in the neighborhood. Yeah, Tino, I'm not sure about what exactly what that middle way is with the Yakuza. I do know that the Yakuza are pretty interesting. I mean, they're pretty interesting in real life, and their lore in the Draconis Combine is pretty interesting too. Uh-oh. Pick a couple of those. Alas, no pulse lasers. See what the mechs look like. Yep. Yep, I guess. Try to look and see what we've got for quest lines around here. It looks like we got one over there. Yeah, actually, looking at the clock on the wall, I think we're going to go ahead and just go to the industrial hub, because, yeah, we're not going to have time. I don't think we're going to have time to do another drop today. Yeah, go ahead and get our repair started, and then we'll go look. Man, we got them piling up here. Yeah. Yeah, I got 16 mechs out. We really need to put some of these in cold storage. Holy crap. Yeah, I better stop looking at that. I'm talking about needing to put more mechs in cold storage, and all I can think about right now is, wow, this would be really cool to set up and play with. But, don't know. I think we're going to resist the urge right now. Go ahead and jump down here and see what's going on at this... Yeah, I think that Battle Master... Uh-oh. Let's take a look at that. And I got one of those. Got a couple of those, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to cull the herd here. I don't know. I'm going to have some hard choices to make, but probably going to make them... I guess I'll probably make them off camera, because, yeah, the problem here is... Like I was saying, I want to work through all of these different quest lines, and we're still going to have a variety of tonnages here. So I really need to keep out a few lights and a few mediums. Yeah, I mean, right now, my upkeep is still, well, it's 2 million, about 2 million C-bills. That's a little bit high, but I mean, I'm not so concerned about paying the upkeep as much as I do like to limit myself to 12 mechs out, but boy, it is hard to try to make that choice, you know, choose what 12 to keep out, so... Because, yeah, we need a good solid 400-ton or so assault lance at this point. And so that would be definitely the Atlas, at least one Stalker, at least one Banshee. And that's the problem I got. So, yeah, probably definitely this Banshee right here. But that's the problem, man. I got 2 good Banshees. I want both of them out. Yeah, I guess it's a good problem to have because, yeah, we got a bunch of kick-ass mechs right now, but yeah, I'm gonna have to decide. So yeah, probably keep the Atlas for sure. One of the Stalkers. One of the Banshees. Right now, probably this Banshee for sure because it's got the supercharger. Yeah. Well, yeah, see, like I said, that's the whole thing about it. If I was just doing... So, if I was just going to do, like, you know, career mode at this point and just do drops for money, yeah, we could go for... I'd go for, you know, a couple of assault lances and, like you said, start doing consecutive drops and be rolling in money. But yeah, like I said, since I want to work through these, although I guess probably what I'll have to start doing is may start having to go with some heavier mechs, and we'll just start having to drop with like 3 on some of these lower tonnage missions. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up having to do because, man, I just got too much good mech tonnage out right now. Yeah, that might be what I do. I may end up having, because I got so many good heavy tonnage mechs here now, I may end up going ahead and doing a couple of keeping out a couple of lances of assault mechs, and then like I was saying, on some of those lighter tonnage missions, I may just have to drop 3 mechs. Yeah. Yeah, you got some stock in a Thunderbolt factory somewhere, don't you, Tino? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I just don't have any experience with let's see if we got any over here. I just don't have any experience with Thunderbolts. I mean, I don't have anything against them. I just never really fielded any. Except I do know that in BattleTech, in Harebrained Schemes BattleTech, they store ammo in the center torso, so it's pretty easy to make the stock ones go up like a Roman candle. Yeah. See what else we got here, since I really don't have time. Yeah, we don't have anything. See, where's that other? Oh yeah, this is that other quest line I think we're gonna do. Oh yeah, it's got it's got 4 drops, so yep, I think we're going to do that next time. But yep, I think I'm going to have some hard choices to make off camera, and probably when I show up Wednesday, I'll try to have this trimmed back down to 3 killer lances. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to cull these out, and on Wednesday I'll have this hopefully back down to my top 12 mechs, and we will keep on doing high reward quest lines. But until then,